Good evening. My name is Callie Yue, and I'm here with my friends to talk about some circus related ideas. I have my friends.
Hi.
This is Yuppie, and my other friend,
Hello. You already know me. You already know. I've known no need for an introduction.
Cabinet. I'll start off by talking about my personal experience at the circus. I had gone to them a couple of times, and it was at the greatest show on earth, which was the combination of two of the biggest circuses throughout the early American circus revolution. And I want to talk about that story more, I want to research it more, but that'll be for another day. And my experiences there were always so fun and full of like crazy acrobats and the animals, which looking back on it now isn't exactly a great topic. I don't know if you guys really know about the conditions that the animals were kept in. It's one of those things that's better left in fantasy, but seeing it as a kid and seeing that atmosphere and that environment was so inspiring to me. I thought it was so much fun. And I wish I still had all my little toys. I had like laser swords with the greatest show on earth on them, horsies, and lots of really cute little circus knickknacks. But I just really loved it, and it's not something that's around anymore. Circuses fell out of fashion, and like they have some in very select areas or select time frames, but it's not like it was back in the day, which is for the best. It's not a sustainable form of entertainment, which is one reason that it's such a interesting idea for the world of fantasy. A lot of amazing like concepts and aesthetics come from that era, and I wanted to ask my friends what their favorite parts of the circus were. Yuppie, what would you say your favorite circus theme is? Or attraction?
Attraction. I like the one where they're like balancing on the really thin rope while they're trying to balance the thingy like like this or something. Or like they may not be like walking on it, but like they could be like on a unicycle sometimes. And I think that's like super cool.
How about you, Kavi?
Um, the one time I went, it was like a Halloween themed event thing. Dude, it was so cool. The whole theme, the music. But I think my favorite like attraction thing was like when the bicycles or like the motorcycles go into the ball and they're like all driving there. I think that's so cool.
They had that at Ripley's. I remember actually being pretty scared personally. Like, I thought that they were gonna get hurt, or I was so nervous for them because it looked so dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I think my favorite is also probably the trapeze though, and I remember at the circus that I went to at the Greatest Show, they had this running theme of in between the acts being set up because they would have to like take stuff away or like move big pieces of set equipment. And so during those periods of time, they had these two clowns come out, and one of them was like a beautiful girl clown, and like she had a red nose basically. That was her whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But the other clown was this really goofy, lanky guy with big shoes and like a big afro and
Mm.
everything. And throughout the show, he would try to impress her using the leftover stuff while they were moving it. And she just like wouldn't care. Like she was so over him or like didn't care about it. And he would like fall
Yeah.
or hurt himself or do something silly or get in a silly situation. But at the end, they were setting up or they were getting rid of the trapeze stuff. And she was like hanging out at the top of the rope, like just like on her phone or like not on her phone, but she was just like up there like hanging out. And she trips and grabs the rope that like swings them across, and she's like stuck swinging back and forth, and he sees her, and like panics and he runs up there and like stretches and flexes and does all of like this like showy like hero stuff, and then he leaps off and grabs it and they have like a trapeze act together, like catching each other and swinging. But I just fell in love with that show so much, and that was the second time. I had only gotten to go 3 times because it wasn't an easy thing to just go out to the circus. I was lucky enough to go that many. But by the time that I really wanted to go again, they were already having a lot of controversy and just like kind of disappearing.
Yeah.
But that's one reason I really like going to like state fairs or carnivals, for seeing like a little bit of that magic or the little bit of that charm of just like
Yeah, carnivals are nice. Yeah. I like all the dangerous little like rides they have on the trailers that they just unfold, and there
they
it
build
is.
it in a day and it's like,
It's nice to
who
go
is
to 'em.
qualified for
Yeah.
this?
I don't know, dude. They're like scary to go on because like so fucking poorly managed. Like, I still like to go on them.
Me too. I like a few of them. And this will be a fun, like one thing I'd be curious to ask you both. But I think my favorite is either the swing, like it's like a ring, like a big ring of swings, and it lifts you up and like swings
Oh.
you around.
Yeah.
And that's like a very
Yeah.
calm one. But I remember one time, I was very I had smoked a little bit beforehand. I was very loopy. And my friend, as we're
Yeah.
in line about to get on, shows me, hey, Callie, look at this. And he shows me his phone, and it's a guy slipping out of one of them and like breaking his legs.
Oh.
And then I'm just like,
Ugh.
I'm like, oh,
Ugh.
oh.
Why would they want to show somebody that?
Because he's an asshole. I hate that guy. But like, I was on there, like gripping the sides and like shaking, like I was so scared. I was terrified. But my other favorite is the one where you go into like a little UFO shaped object. Usually like they paint it to look like a spaceship. And it
Yeah.
spins really, really fast, and so you kind of stick to the walls, and then you can like
Oh,
climb on the
yes,
wall
yeah.
and stand
Those
on
are
there.
cool. Yeah.
I went on one of those like when I was a kid 3 times in a row, and when I got out on the third time, I had to throw up, and there were these guys sitting in lawn chairs like, oh, that's another one. Like they were counting how many kids were gonna barf after going on this.
Dude. Oh man.
What's your favorite?
I always I don't know what the name is, but like it's kind of like you're sitting on a propeller, kind of, and there's like multiple seats like in each of the corners or whatever, and then like it spins and it spins like goes up
It's like
and
one of the
down,
ones that you
kind of
can
like tilts.
control.
No, no. It just keeps spinning, and like when you go up, it feels like you're about to like fly off, then you're just gonna drop back down. It's like it kind of just tilts back and forth, and it's like spinning really fast. And it's just, oh, it's so fun.
What about you, Yuppie?
I'm pretty simple, dude. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved the carousels.
That's a good one.
Very
Yeah,
calming.
dude.
Nice music and cute little
It is
atmosphere.
very calming. You just go up and down and then round and around, dude. Every time like I would go, I would like be waving like a little dork when I see my parents. I'm like, oh my god, hi.
I definitely did that too. Did you have a favorite? Like a favorite horsey?
What? No, not really, because in the carousels I went to, at least, there was more than just like a horse. Like there would be like a teacup or like something else you could ride besides just the horse. But I'm always like going on the horses because it's the only thing that goes up and down
I remember
while,
going to
like, you know, while
one.
you're riding it.
Yeah. I remember going to one and they had like a horse where it was like a guy or something.
Huh?
It's
That's
like,
good.
It's like a dude.
it was like a superhero, I think, but it was just like a guy with like tights with his arm out. It's like, who wants to sit on the dude's back?
Yeah, dude. No, never go on a carousel that is not about horses.
I've seen. Do seahorses count? I've seen that before.
I've seen the seahorses one, yeah.
Kind
But
of.
like, also, have you guys gone onto this? It's not a ride, but like, when I was a kid, you could like go on this like bungee cord thing, and there would be like a trampoline you can jump on.
Yes, my
Yes.
mall had one. I used to go on there all the time.
Yeah,
It was fun.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
I've never done that one. Have you guys been to a trampoline park? I imagine that's a bit similar.
Yeah.
I went to a trampoline park recently, and like I felt so out of place because it was literally just kids. It was
Yeah.
just kids running around, and there's me and my group of friends, 20-plus-year-olds. We were just sitting at the lobby, and we just decided, fuck this. We're gonna go bowling because we don't really want to be around kids.
Dude,
So
I went in high school and like it was the same issue where it's like 1,000 toddlers and then like a couple of like high school, like we were in our senior year, and I remember we had this
Mhm.
little designated corner in the back where it's like, okay, we've carved out this corner, this is our corner, and my friend was trying to do a backflip, and he jumps and his mid backflip as this kid comes running across the row of trampolines, and my friend lands on this kid, squishes him into the trampoline, and because it's a trampoline, they both bounce up and he falls on him again. And
oh my
the
god.
kid,
It's not just
the
like a
kid
regular
was like,
fall, it's just double the damage.
the kid was like crying, and the mom came over and was like saying like, no, it's okay, it's not your fault or whatever. And he was he never wanted to go again. We never went after that. But they should have like an adult night for stuff like that. Like, they would probably be able to get like good money if they like also do like catering out of it. I don't know. There's a reason that they should do stuff like that. Like, I want more places to have. There's this place near where I live called like the Liberty Science Center, and it's like a big museum with a bunch of like really cool stuff to do, and they have like this big trampoline, like not a trampoline thing, but it's like a jungle gym suspended in their giant lobby, so it's like a cocoon of a jungle gym. And there's like one night out of every month where it's not only adult only, but they also serve alcohol and you could bring your own beer.
What the fuck?
And it's like they turn the lights down and everything, and it's like this cool event that I've always wanted to go to, and I want to go there before I might move, or before I do move, I should say.
I think you should go. Methinks.
I want to do that, and I've never been, even though I live right next to the city, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. And I know I'm gonna go, and it's gonna be like boring, but it'll be cool to like just do, or like get out of the way, I guess.
Yeah, you can just say like, oh, I saw the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty.
I'll have like one photo of me like next to it, like I'll get one where it's like me punching it or something. Wait, no, I shouldn't say that. It's a lady. I'll give her a hug.
No,
Yeah.
you should like do the thing where the guy. Do you guys remember that one video? The guy like.
I know exactly. I know exactly what reference.
The pyramid.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, I'm leaning in the pyramid. And then at the end of the video, he's fucking carrying a boulder.
That sounds funny. Did somebody just eat a chip?
Take this potato chip and eat it.
Can I go
When I
pee?
get comfortable. Yeah, go pee.
Okay.
What have you been up to today, Cappy?
Work.
How was work today?
That's it. It went by really fast now I think about it. It's kind of chill today.
That's awesome. I love days like that.
Huh. Actually, like me and my coworker, we kind of sat in the back and talked about like UFC, like history, like how it started, and for like 30, like 40 minutes, dude. So like, it's really chill. Dude, it's crazy how much the UFC like gets away and like how like how much they scam their fighters so much.
Oh, really? Like they get underpaid a lot or something?
Yeah. 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 A lot. Yeah. The only so like the only way to get the good money is if you're like top 5 in like ever. Either number 1 or like top 5. Maybe,
Which is just like
maybe top 5.
so
Maybe like
unrealistic.
top 3 and then like yeah.
Mm.
It sucks though. It sucks. 'Cause, like those people only get paid if like you only get paid in cash if you like show up for the fight or and like win. So it's either you show up and you don't win. And,
Wait,
yeah.
so do they not get
The thing
paid
is,
at
though,
all if they lose? Like they get the shit beat out of them and then they gotta go pay a hospital
you just
bill?
get paid for just showing up. Oh no, healthcare and everything all that? No, you gotta pay it yourself.
No healthcare? What? It's a whole
Nope.
sport about getting the
I
shit beat out of
know.
you.
I know. No healthcare, dude. Everything's out of like your pocket, dude. And the thing is, like the contracts they sign, you can't go to any other fights, just UFC fights. So like, what's it called? Like for example, you get a contract for like 8 fights, right? You can do anything else within those 8 fights, and if you get injured, guess what? Your contract's gonna stay like last longer because you can't fight. You can't finish the contract. You finish all the fights you've done. So and
And
then
so
you can
they'll
only
like
get paid
hold
by
off
going
that
into the
time.
fights. Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
it sucks ass. Yeah. And the thing is, like, people are like starting to get mad at them because like it's fucking huge now, dude. It's like billion, like there's $1 billion company. They don't they don't pay their fighters well at all, except if unless you're like top 5 or 3. So it's stupid.
Because I've only ever really known about like the really publicized fights, like I don't know, Manny and Pacquiao. Like I remember how big of a craze
Yeah.
stuff like that was. Is that UFC or am I mixing up different sports?
No, that's
Yeah.
not UFC. That's
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, I guess that shows how little I know about. Like I'll hear about
Well,
like
to
I
be
know
fair,
I have
UFC's
friends
like
that are really into it.
monopolized the whole like mixed martial arts shit. So
Is it all kind of the same thing now then?
not really, but I guess ish.
I've seen a lot of videos of like the wrestling and like WWE from like my high school friends. They were so into that, or like that was like their biggest thing, and so I would end up watching a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
was
them
a big
too.
thing back then, but yeah. Oh man, UFC. UFC just kind of blew up after like one specific fight. For a show called like Ultimate Fighter or like Ultimate or something like that. Because like UFC was like, it was in big debt because somebody was selling UFC for like what 6 million, and they bought it, but they were in like 4 million debt. So they had to get money. It was kind of hard to. What's it called? They're also during this time they were like making laws to where UFC and like stuff like that, like fighting rings and stuff was like illegal in every state or whatever, and like it couldn't show aired on TV. So like there's no way to get money except for this one guy. Can you guess who let them have like a show? Can you guess who? You're not gonna.
Who? No,
Not gonna guess who.
I'm curious who.
Donald Trump said,
Oh my
"Hey,
god.
you guys can fight in my casino. Go for it, dude." And and then it's kind of just been going on since from there.
Huh. That's very interesting that
But
like that's the person that saved them.
I know. Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, like fighting, it's like it's a sanctioned sport. Like I feel like there's room for people that are good at fighting to be able to show that off and express it, and like in a safe and respectful manner. Like, fighting can be seen as an art form. It shouldn't be something that's suppressed completely.
Mm.
I think if you get me
Well, I
in
don't know.
that
It's like,
room,
well, like back then it was like unpopular kind of. Only one that was WWE because it was all fake. But like UFC's like real, dude. Like there's like no rules to it. Like you just do whatever the fuck you want.
you have to just beat the other guy up until they don't want to fight you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Until they can or until the time's out.
I've seen some crazy like videos of like the really fast like knockouts or like there I remember seeing
Yeah.
this one of like
Yeah.
this it was like a really famous one of this woman who punched the other girl really hard and then it was like one of them I think the girl that she knocked out was like talking a lot of shit or she was being very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And so it was a big thing that it was like an immediate just like boom, and then she's just on the floor.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite in mind that might have like a popular one that I might know?
Like a fighter?
Or I guess like a match.
I think what match? Oh, not really. It isn't like a basic bitch answer, but fucking all of Conor McGregor's fights
Mm.
were like really good. And that was. Do you know who that is?
I do know who that is actually. I've
Okay, yeah.
seen two of his fights. One of them, I think my dad is actually a fan of him, because he would do like little parties, and one of them was definitely for a fight that guy was in.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he was so good at fucking that shit, dude. And he was unbelievable.
Is he like retired now, or I have to imagine that they
Yeah,
can't
he's
fight like
retired,
that
yeah.
forever. Like, if you do
Yeah.
make it to like the top 5, like you've probably only got a little bit of time until your
I mean,
body.
he's set for live. So.
Mm. You make it, and I'm sure like sponsors and whatnot. Do you want to lay down on my lap?
Hello, video.
I miss or like I not that I miss it, like they still do it. I just haven't seen it in a while, or like I didn't
Oh, you see?
the
Yeah, actually, there's gonna be, for when I think in 2 weeks, they're gonna have a fight at the White House in the front yard of the White House.
What?
So, yeah, even Conor McGregor's like, maybe I'll come out of retirement for this. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be kind of hype.
That sounds so silly. Like that cannot be a
Yeah.
sanctioned arena. Dude, what's next? Like UFC
Well-
fight at the Waffle House?
Hey, man, that sounds kind of cool.
I would watch that.
I would
I'd
definitely
wa-
watch that. That would
I'd
be a
watch that.
national event. I hope they add a Waffle House to Tekken soon. I saw like a post by
Oh, like a
the
mod.
Tekken director or like one of the producers like asking why people keep recommending that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a Waffle House?
No, I keep passing by one. I want to see
No.
one.
I'm
Or, like, I wanna
scared
go
to
to it. Well, it's
I
only
don't even know if there's a
it's only
Waffle
bad.
House here in the West.
It's only bad after a certain time. I think it's after like after midnight. Then it's like where like it's the bad stuff. Like I mean,
Dude,
but
it's
any
like
time
my
before
store
that
then.
is all good.
I think any store that's
Yeah.
open overnight is just cursed to have to deal with like the worst of the worst and like the dredges of society.
You.
I have so many horror stories about my job at night because I work for a overnight convenience store gas station type thing, and people are just awful. I I have been threatened and insulted and made fun of so many times, and I'm just trying to, make people happy, do a good job. That's one reason that I really enjoy having good coworkers, and I'm glad that you have a coworker that you can talk to and hang out with and have interests
Yeah.
with. because that's huge. Like any night where I'm missing like my few coworkers, where it's like I smile when I see them. It's like if I think today's gonna be a bad day, at least now it's like an okay day.
Yeah.
But
Did you have a coworker like that, Yuppie?
yeah,
Aw.
Did you have a coworker that like you're like, oh my god, today's saved or whatever? You're
like
like a
if you
coworker you could
walk
like
in
chill
and you
out
see
with.
them, like you're just happy
Oh
that they're
no,
there.
dude. No, dude. Every single coworker I had, like, they all suck and they were all lazy.
Really?
Damn. Yeah, you know, fair enough, dude. I was like that with Dollar Tree.
I've never been a slacker, but I have been I have been a quitter. Like there have been some jobs or some situations that have been so awful that I only worked there for a day or so. I remember, and I don't think she would have been a good coworker, but I was working at a Macy's for like it was like my training day. And first they just put me in front of the shoe aisle and said, "Okay, organize all of these." And I was like, "Huh?" And then they just left, and it's like, "Okay." And it took me like an hour and a half because it's like 200 shoes and I had to organize them by
Oh damn.
position, size, everything. And she comes over and she's like, "That took longer than expected. I'll have to let them know." And I'm like, "What the hell?" And she brings me to the back and she's like, "Okay, this girl's gonna teach you how to like tie these things together and ship them and everything." And I asked this girl one question and she told me, and I was like, "Okay." And then I go to ask her another question and she slammed her fist in the desk and stormed off. And like was like cursing about like, "I'm not doing this, I'm not paid to do this," or whatever. And I just left. And the air back there was like, I was dying. Like I felt like I was gonna die.
Oh. Is it like all musky and shit? Fucking,
Yeah.
or like
It felt like it felt like the air was thick, like it was full of particles and stuff.
oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And then the other worst day was probably AMC, like working in the theater, which I was
Oh.
actually kind of I thought the
Yeah.
theater would be really fun. Like I like the that's another sort of aesthetic that I like. I enjoy like a big matinee theater where everything is like red velvet and golden and like, you know, those deep red colors throughout the theater leading up to like the black rooms with like the lights and
Yeah.
everything. I think that's all really really cool. And so I was excited. I thought I would like it. And I had my training day and it was a bit tough, but it was fine. And then I got COVID. And I know exactly which guy during the orientation or like during the interview process gave me COVID. But when I came back from COVID, it was the day that Black Panther Wakanda Forever came out. And it was so busy, and these people were so mean and dumb. Like, if you go to a movie and your movie starts in 10 minutes and you see a massive line of people, are you gonna order a pizza, fries, and like three other things and then be upset that your wait is like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude, it should all be ready, dude.
You shouldn't order it. You should have gotten there sooner. That's on you. I
Just joking, dude. Yeah, all I get from like movie theaters are like M&Ms.
I like to get popcorn, but popcorn like you can see if it's ready, and that's just like scoop. Like I was happy to
Yeah.
get people that just want popcorn, but the people that wanted these
Yeah.
full course meals and then were like yelling at me, like I had this one guy full on like screaming at me like over the counter that he had to wait for whatever order he was getting or something. And it was just so stressful, and like the floor I kept slipping because there was popcorn everywhere, and they have these thin
Yeah.
corridors where they were fitting like 8 of us. Like it's my I had one
Oh.
day of training. We were supposed to have 3, and this is like the busiest day I possibly could have came back. And so like I at the very least I stayed for that shift. And I worked I worked things that they said that I probably shouldn't have even been doing with the amount of training that I had, which is like, okay, good for me, I'm competent. But I walked out and I walked up to my boss and I was like, today is my last day. And he was like, "Oh." "Oh, are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm sure. I'm so sorry. I had a horrible, horrible day. It's not worth it. Like, thank you though. Like, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do that for it, and especially because that was the
I
first
can't do
day.
that. I can't do that, dude. I wanted to like quit fucking college just much sooner, dude. But I don't like, I like feel so bad, dude. I hate calling out. Like I've ever like called out of like work like once, and it was recently. It was like the first time. I was like, wow, that felt great. So, yeah, I feel like I was like, well, like I felt great, but then I also felt bad, dude, because like I don't know if the person that was working there was like by themselves, and I was like, because it happened to be the day before that, where I was just working there by myself all day, and
I
then
know
like
exactly what you
fucking
mean.
suck balls. Yeah. Or like just quitting. I don't know. I can't like start a job and then like quit, dude. I like I already tried so hard just to get a job. I'm not gonna like quit it immediately, dude. I can't do that either.
I had with those. I remember it was just like if I get in somewhere and I know I just knew I couldn't handle it, or like I knew that it was like too much for me, or that it was gonna make me really miserable. And thankfully in those were kind of back to back, where it was like, 'cause I had a seasonal position somewhere, and then the manager there told me that I would get hired on full time after, and I was actually really excited. And he had promised me a lot of things there, but then come the end of the season, they tell me like, "Hey, today's your last day. By the way, you could throw out your schedule for next week. We're not keeping you." And then I tried to fight it, but it was like no fighting.
Yeah.
It was just some guy who said a bunch of stuff, and like I looking for stuff in between then was a little bit difficult, but like after those two, I found something like the week after, and it held me over for a while until I was like moving to where I am now, and then have my current stuff. There were a few, like I've always been very nervous. Like I work very hard because I am used to these places just screwing me over. I was working in Costco for a while, and it was actually really good. Pay was good, hours were good. I worked hard.
That pays really good.
Yeah, and they fired me on the fact that they changed my schedule for the first time in like almost 3 months without telling me, and it was by an hour, and so I was late an hour, and they filed me for phone use and tardiness because of two other absences I had because of a medical issue, and then they like talked to me about it, and then we resolved it, and then that was that. So like that wasn't supposed to, like that was resolved, or that was fine, and then one absence, and then phone use, and then like I was like, phone use, I check my phone to know when I need to do certain tasks. Like I'm not really doing anything on my phone. Nobody sees me on my phone like that. But
Yeah.
they just let me go. And it was a big shame. That was rough. Like I'm used to places that kind of just do stuff like that. Like I got hired at a
Yeah.
cafe, and they expected me in. They had like a whole training day where they saw like my skills, but then they say like, "Oh, we are not at this person's level, and we need you to be there. So like we're letting you go because we found another barista." And it's like that's fair that you need somebody with a higher skill set, but you can't have hired me seeing what I know and expect me to be at this person's level who's been here for years. Plus, they always had me doing cooking. They never had me doing the drinks. Like, I had no issue cooking. I cooked a lot there. They had like an actual grill. I enjoy cooking. I think it's fun. And so
Yeah.
I actually really liked that part of my job. I would make really good sandwiches, or like a lot of breakfast stuff, but lots of fun. And then, oh my god, my breakfast, I would make myself lunch every day. I would usually open, and I would make myself lunch, and I would make like a sausage patty with fried spinach. I would actually like put oil, and like they had like real nice ingredients. They were like a bougie place for like the rich people in that area.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd put some Gouda on the spinach and make a little croissant sandwich, and then I would make this drink where it was like passion fruit, watermelon, like a couple purees, and like lemonade, and it was so yummy. I
That does
loved my
sound pretty
lunch
good.
breaks there. And there
I
was
bet,
there was
dude.
a couch downstairs that I would eat, and then I would put my jacket over myself and sleep.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I miss that place, but then like they started giving me less hours until the point where it's like basically none, and he was like, "We really like you, like you're a good chef and you're like a good person, but we need a barista and like it's not working." And I was like, "Okay."
Mm.
Like, I'm gonna miss your food.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But I don't know. I at least like certain things about where I work now. Like it is like this place from hell. But I like my coworkers. They make my nights a lot easier. I love my coworker Mariah. She's so fun to like just annoy. Like we have a lot of like little inside jokes or silly things that we'll like say or do with each other, and it's really fun. I love my coworker Jay. He's really funny. I have this one video where he had a day where he just started giving me like our mascot is like a goose or whatever. And so he had a day where
Yeah.
like I was like, I'd be working or doing whatever, and he's like, "Callie, you're doing a really good job here." And he would put a little tiny goose on my hand, like a tiny plastic goose. And I was like, "What the fuck? Thank you." And by the end of the day, I had like 6 of these. Like he kept coming over and being like, "Awesome job, Callie." Like a little reward, and it's like another goose. Some of them are glow in the dark.
It's like that one part from like Smiling Friends. It's like, I wanted you to have this little mini me,
I
or
I
whatever he
don't
said.
I don't really want this. Oh my god. And then at the end of the day, he was like, "Callie, come look at this." And he had a video on his phone of him panning, like he set a bunch of tiny geese on a table and then was like panning across them doing a scream. And then the video loops, and so it's just him screaming to these geese, like his little army.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I love that video. I at least get a lot of stories of like among the crap that happens to me at work, I get a lot of stories about funny stuff that I think is enjoyable. Um, I have this one that Sachi really likes, or it's like her favorite story from my job. But I was getting some bread ready, and I am putting like a trays of bread into the oven, and I'm going to close it. And as I'm closing it, I see a fly swoop down and land on one of the trays as it closes. And I looked in there. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I noticed it as it was happening. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I look at there, and like he's on the tray, and the oven starts to heat up, and he just kind of like
Shrivels
and
up.
then he ceased, like he like puts his arms up, and then he ceased to exist, like he blinked out of existence. And so I think he just got like incinerated.
I think so
and
too.
I'm looking at and I saw that happen, and I went like, "Oh no." And then my coworker was like, "What happened?" And I looked over and I started laughing because I can't be like like something just happened, like this fly just like, I'd sound crazy, like I'd sound stupid. I was
Yeah.
devastated, and it's like I can't save him, and I don't need to save him. And Sachi loves that story. The little movement I do when I'm like enacting his demise, like she loves that shit. I remember the first time I told her, she was laughing so hard. It definitely stroked my ego. I miss her though. I'm really excited for the I did the next I told you the next batch of drools, like I've been waiting
Yeah, that
until
she's
they
gonna
were
be in it, dude.
allowed,
I
but
can't wait to
now
see her.
yeah, now
Which
they
one
accepted
though?
it.
Like her Jumboree? That one? Did you do that one,
Yeah,
or like one of her other models? Oh, okay.
the Jumbo
Okay.
where it's like the little leaf hanging over the top and
Yeah.
the button ears. I love that one. It's so cute. I love the Orca one too. That's like probably my second favorite.
Mm. I like all her models. I think she does a good job.
Yeah.
I like all the varieties she does. I think it's cool.
She must just always be working on models because like she's constantly pumping out like new, I say pumping out, like she puts out really nice designs really consistently and like always surprises me with them. That girl is just always working. Thank you for listening to our ramblings. Have a good night.
I'm so
Goodbye.
hot.
Bye.